Hello everyone, as you guys know that my name is Omar Lodi and I am instructing the Windows Server 2012 installing and configuring. So today is going to be our first lecture, which is configure local storage. This is a practice labs, as I told you guys that you guys have to buy the practice labs, so because you want to have the experience on the hands-on. So this is our first lab, configure local storage, and here you can see that we will do two exercises in this lab. The one is going to be configure basic and dynamic disks, and second is going to be create and mount virtual hard drive, which is VHD. So we just click on start. Here you can see the topology that we have here, and in this lab we have the lab DC01 right here, which is domain controller, and we have lab DM01, which is right here. But in this lab we will be working on here on lab DM01. So guys, I'm not going to show you this guide because of course when you guys buy the lab you will have this PDF also, and I will just show you the shortcut. You can just click here when you guys are doing labs, so it will be easier for you. In my case, I will open this PDF file on my other PC and I will just show you the lab which we will do here on the right side. So I'm just gonna close this and maximize this. So in this case, these are our machines. It will take some time, so in the meantime I will just pause the video and we will continue when this machine will be ready to go. So you can see here that our machines are ready to use. This is our domain controller and this is our domain member. So guys, let's suppose that you start your lab and you are doing something else and you don't finish your lab, and this time is going less, and this says 20 minutes here, or for in my case right now it says 56 minutes, and you are not done with the lab and you need more time. So what you will do, just come over here and click here on auto logout, so it will go back to 60 minutes. Now you have more time to finish your lab. So let's start our first lab. This is our server manager right here, and if this is not open for you automatically, so you can just come over here at the bottom and you can click here. This will open the server manager, and now we will go to tools and then computer management and disk management. Remember, in this lab we are configuring basic and dynamic disk, and also the virtual hard drive. So double click on disk management, and this initialized disk will pop up. So for now you can just click on cancel, we don't need it right now. And as you can see here that disk 1 it says not initialized and unallocated. That means the disk is on, it is online, but it is not initialized. So what will we do next? We will just right click on it and we have to click on initialize disk. And in that case, right now we are just working with disk 1 right now, so we'll just uncheck disk 2 and click OK. I don't know, my mouse is there. You go. Click OK. Now you can see that it says your disk is basic and it is online, but it still says on the right side that it's unallocated. So what will we do next? We will click on here on disk 1 on the gray box, and we will go to convert to dynamic disk. So that's how you convert the basic disk to dynamic. First of all, what we did, we just went there and because it was saying it's not initialized, and we just changed this to initialized, and now it says online right now, and now we are converting basic disk to dynamic. Just right click on it, and it says convert to dynamic disk. And now you can see, and just so in that case you already know we are working on disk 1, so we just keep the check on disk 1 and click OK. And now you can see here it says dynamic, so our disk is converted into dynamic disk. And let's now create a simple volume on the dynamic disk that you just converted. So how we do that, we just right click here in the gray box and go to new simple volume and click next. And now it is asking for what's the volume you want it. So simple volume size in MBs. So we will say 5000, which is 5 gigabyte, but we need to provide in MBs, so that's why we put 5000. So just click on next. And here we can assign any letter here. Like you guys have you have Windows C partition, D partition, and so on, so on. So this is our, you can say this is our new drive. So we can set the partition letter, anything here, but we will just leave it E like that. So just click on next. Now we can see here there's this asking for format partition. To store data on this partition, you must format it first. So what's the format in Windows? You have to see that what formatting you are doing. So right here we can see we have more options. We will have NTFS, FAT32, REFS, but we will just leave it like NTFS and just click on next. And now you can review here that we are going to make a simple volume and disk selected, which is disk 1, and volume size is going to be 5000 MB, and the drive letter or partition name is going to be E. File system or partition format, we just did it, is going to be NTFS. And just click on finish. It will take some time. Here you go. Now you can see that a new volume has been created. New volume E and 4.88 gigabyte and NTFS. Let's now try to convert the dynamic disk back to the basic disk. So how we do that, we will just go to disk 1 here and just right click on it. You can see here that convert to basic disk option does not appear. This means that you will have to first delete the dynamic volume, which is we just created. So how we do that, we will just right click here in new volume and we will just delete it. Simple. It will ask that deleting this volume or will erase all data on it. Backup any data you want to keep before deleting, but we will just hit yes. Okay. Now that the dynamic volume is now deleted, so you can see here, so the dynamic disk is automatically converted to basic disk. You can see it is automatically converted, so we don't have to do it. What we did to convert from dynamic to basic, we just deleted the volume of the disk. Keep all devices powered on their current state and proceed to the next task. So our task 1 is finished, which was configure dynamic and basic disk. So now we will move to task 2, which is going to be configure MBR and GPT disks.